welcome to Sword and Keys. I think first official Anniek and Eva's chaotic playthrough.
Yes? I think since the rebranding, yes.
We have
before this we just did it randomly.
Very fancy logo, courtesy of Anniek, and today we are playing. This is not just a 2-player game. You can play this with multiple people. We are not, though. Today we are playing Liminal Horror by Goblin Archives. And specifically, we are, I'm going to say using as a launch pad because I feel like we're going to diverge rather quickly, per usual.
Us? Go off the rails?
Look, it's not called On the Rails playthrough. We are basing this off of The One Who Lurks, supplement by Kyle Tam, which is available on DriveThruRPG, and Liminal Horror is available on itch and I think a few other places.
Bunch of places.
I don't know, I got it on itch.
And Liminal Horror is even pay what you want.
Yeah, which is really nice.
No reason not to get it.
It's a pretty good game though, so if you can kick the creators,
just tip them.
Yeah. Just give them a tip.
Yeah,
why not?
We're 5 minutes in and I want to start making just a tip jokes.
I know, I was just thinking, I don't think we still have that command anymore. I should check. So with that being said, I am one of your hosts. I am Eva, of Anniek and Eva's chaotic playthroughs. My pronouns are she, her. Today I'm going to be your facilitator. Anniek?
Hi, my name is Anniek. I am the other host of, you guessed it, Anniek and Eva's chaotic playthroughs. We need to say this less at some point. But we're still getting used to this. My pronouns are she, they. And today I will play an investigator, in the sense that I am the victim of whatever is happening. And I will have to investigate whatever's going on to save my life. I didn't necessarily roll someone who investigates things. I just made a character who exists in a creepy, creepy house.
It's fine. It's just a house, right?
What could go wrong?
You said that we need to say it less. I was thinking that I need to say it more to like practice like getting it out of my mouth. So that's good. It's good that we're already like same paging this.
I tried to look at shorten, like there's not a nice acronym or synonym or anything.
We both have CP.
Nope. Hard no.
Nope.
Nope. Don't like that.
We'll workshop it. It's fine.
I think if you can almost anagram it to peace, but not quite. One of the A's needs to be an E, but in Dutch, and is an with an E. So, yeah. In Dutch, we could make it peace.
You heard it here first. Join us.
We have the focus of shrimp today.
Shrimp, famously known for their lack of focus.
7 seconds, right?
All right. So, this is a monstrous combination of a learn to play as we are playing this for the first time. Both of us, I believe.
Yep.
And also we always deviate from whatever we're doing. So I promise that if I am knowingly going off book and changing the rules somehow, I will say so. But also
I cannot promise that because I didn't read the rules, so I don't know when I'm going off book.
But also I'm a shrimp, so I can only promise so much. That being said, we will do our best. Ultimately, we are here to tell a fun and interesting and scary story because Liminal Horror it's right there in the title, folks. Horror.
Heard it here first.
there is also the point that we are not rolling character stats and information on screen. That has been done ahead of time. But Anniek,
Yes.
if you want to go ahead and tell us about your investigator, who you rolled.
Yes. I am playing Dawn. And when we say that I rolled an investigator, quite literal. There are tables in the Liminal Horror rulebook where it says choose your own, pick your own, or roll a d10 or a d20 or a d6, and whatever happens, happens. And I went for that option, which means that Dawn, which is definitely her real name, don't ask questions, has dexterity and control as her top stats out of 3, and is not very strong physically. But, you know, these things happen. However, she has a statuesque physique, a chiseled face, and warm manner of speech. She is, however, vain, and recently had some misfortune in her life. She was demoted from her place of work. Poor Dawn. We briefly ranted about this off screen. Her hit protection, or HP, which is not your health, is actually 5, which is pretty good because that was on a d6. She comes from an old money background. Claims her clothing is vintage or thrifted, but everything is in fact new and or bespoke tailoring because she doesn't actually want to wear old gross clothes worn by other gross people. She is somewhat spiritual, but is also willing to forgo that if the time is right. She has a protege, Ember, who I was training to help me lead my company, Bee Time, a lifestyle influencer brand, because gotta make time for me time. But, you know, she got a little caught not being a self-made fitness vintage lifestyle influencer, but in fact rich as fuck and cosplaying as. So she's taking a little step away. She's on a little social media break, a little detox. She's working on herself, obviously. One of her significant contacts is Diane Charles, her PR person, who is focusing on keeping the company running while she's gone, or at least the image of the company running while she's gone, while Dawn moved to a cute, quaint little house in England, where she will be restoring the old house with lots of respect and attention to its roots and foundations and style. It's going to be a Grey's nightmare, but that's not what she's saying out loud. And yeah, a little bit different content. In 3 to 4 months, it's probably time for her teary-eyed apology video and her return at some point. Drive a Range Rover, obviously. I have a bone to pick with someone in England. And don't ask me why I have a body bag in the shed. Reasons.
You know, I don't think we clarified. I'm just going to ask and hope for the answer. It's empty, right?
For the most part.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It doesn't smell bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the most important part. Like,
exactly.
In Liminal Horror, there are options for investigator background. If you are, as the mystery genre might call it, a cozy investigator, where you are unaffiliated with any sort of investigative agency, where just you're living your life, something strange happens, and you start to investigate. Just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Or there is at least one delightfully shadowy government-esque affiliated organization
I don't know who you're talking about.
That was my thought. Yeah. That tracks.
Dawn is very just a little guy.
Yeah. I just wanted to get it out there, just kind of make sure.
Yeah.
So you have the setup here, the gist of where we find Dawn is a new place, a new town,
yes.
A new life, at least for now, until your great ukulele background track filled apology. And a new you.
More of like a kalimba.
Yes. Perfect. Handmade from what you find around your new house project, perhaps.
Look, if the restoration doesn't do well enough, we're going to make the switch to homesteading. So
yes, I did not do the math, but on your like 0.1 acre of I don't know what that translates to.
I saw a video on TikTok that you can do it on 0.4. So if we can go even smaller, I can become very famous doing micro homesteading.
Yes. Was that TikTok peer reviewed? Because I have questions about the accuracy.
I'm gonna go with no.
Side note already, I'm on 40 acres. And I'm going to tell you, it's not the amount of land you have. It's the amount of time and labor you have. That's what they don't tell you.
Also, how physically capable you are.
Also that. I have a whole rant about that we're not going into. All right. This was supposed to be your fresh start, your clean slate. And yet you cannot escape the feeling that there is something watching your every move. Something that will never let you go. What you know. The family that used to live here, the Pickmans, were by all accounts an ordinary family. Their disappearance under mysterious circumstances left nothing but a slew of unanswered questions and an empty home with diminished property value. You have come to this place leaving the remnants of your old life behind. But from the very first night, you knew something was wrong. A sense of unease settles upon you whenever you stay within the house's four walls. You cannot let this carry on. Where you have found yourself is Blythefen Court. You have what is referred to as generally a 2 up, 2 down. It is modest. It is in need of renovation. Yes. A little facelift, one might say. So it might not have many rooms, but they are yours. It has a small front yard. It has a once charming front porch. And this place I wouldn't say is falling apart. It's just there are repairs that need to be made. There are outdated features. There are perhaps peeling wallpaper and...
Tell me the floors aren't vinyl.
I have bad news about the kitchen.
Oh, no! Why?
Yeah. The good news is that if you chose, the house was, as explained to you by the estate agent, essentially abandoned.
Cheap?
It was cheap.
Under market value?
Yes. You might have noticed the slightly confused look as they went through the property details. You definitely were not in a bidding war. In fact, as far as you can tell, this house was a steal. There might be questions as to why it was for sale when the owners, as far as anyone can tell, are just gone. But
how long ago did they disappear?
Not all that long ago. Not like the 7-year officially dead.
Yeah, and not like the 4-year probate.
Right. It is probably safe to say that the bank repossessed it.
Yeah, I'm sure my solicitor looked it over.
Yeah, it seems above board, but also very complicated and full of legalese, and who cares? It's cheap.
Exactly.
What that does mean, though, is the house was staged with furniture and items of the former occupants that for maybe a couple extra thousand, like 2,000 pounds, maybe, you could essentially buy a fully furnished house. Mostly fully furnished. Or you could just have them take everything away and start fresh. It kind of depends on what you're bringing into things.
I think, considering my general attitude and pretending that I love vintage and old things, and getting completely caught that everything was new and custom, we're gonna try and do better and not get caught right away. So we're gonna leave the items, because again, this house is also, sure, it's a clean start, etc., etc. It's also a content farm. So if I can find any like handwritten letters or postcards from the sad family that went missing, like, I can milk this into a Netflix true crime miniseries at some point.
Yeah.
So we're keeping all of it.
Yep.
And then we'll get rid of it after I look through it for content value.
Yeah, it can always go in the trash with the wallpaper.
Exactly. Doesn't have to be monetary value, but if like there's a letter that makes it obvious that maybe they weren't happy together or whatever, leads me to like a mini series or a mockumentary, like 6 to 12 months from now when the rebrand. I need something to get a good spotlight.
Just a side character question.
Sure.
Are you still on good terms with your editor? Did you have an editor, or did you do everything yourself?
I don't know. I did it myself.
Okay.
It had to be run by the PR department, but
sure.
It was pretty. I wouldn't say anal or type A or anything, but I just felt like it was good to keep control of what I put out, and then the company branding, of course, had its department, but
yeah.
Think goop, not honey.
Yes. All right. Yep. I'm with you. All right. So, the general layout.
I have a map.
You do have a map. Entering from the front door, there is a great room, living room situation. You could
It's killing me there's no hallway off of the front door.
I know, it just opens directly into the and I'm saying great room because really it's that, and then the kitchen downstairs, and a bathroom, I suppose, between the two. But that's mostly it as far as footprint goes. There is a small...
We'll just have to create some zoning with some rugs and low cabinets and stuff.
Does Dawn know what a load-bearing wall is?
No.
Okay.
Of course she doesn't.
Love this.
That'd be ridiculous.
There is no supernatural horror here. It is just an influencer revamping a home with no technical knowledge.
Look, YouTube will tell me.
YouTube will tell you. Shoot, I have a book recommendation for that, but I don't remember the title. Off the kitchen, there is a small room that contains the back door. It could be used as a breakfast nook. It could be used as a mudroom. It is a I'm going to misuse the term intentionally, but it's kind of the liminal space of the house.
Sure.
There is also a stairway, very narrow, very steep stairs going up.
I'm just intrigued by the closet in the bathroom.
It is not.
Rather
it is
than
a pantry coming off of the kitchen.
No, the other one.
I think it's just a little divot, probably where the toilet is. Now I have to relook at the actual map because I sketched it out. Yes, I believe that
has a door.
Is. You're right. It does actually show like the footprint for the toilet and stuff. It's probably like a towel closet or something, or it's the shower. Yeah, actually, I think that's the shower.
A downstairs shower? There's an upstairs never mind.
It's your choice.
Yeah, no, I mean, there might be a downstairs shower, and it's something we're going to change, like, right away.
Towel closet, linen closet, does make the most sense to me.
Clean towels opposite your dirty toilet. These people were animals. No wonder they're gone.
Yeah, it is a very interesting, room. We will have a luck check to see if that is a load-bearing wall or not, I guess.
That wall's going.
Yes, so there are stairs, narrow, going down into a basement or cellar, depending on your perspective.
Wine cellar?
I would say basement. Well, did you buy this sight unseen, or have you gone through it? Did your estate agent call you up and say this
someone went through it, but not me.
Yeah. So you can go down and check it out. You know it's there. You know it is presumably watertight-ish. It was not billed as like a playroom or anything that leads you to think it is third bedroom potential.
To be fair, making bedrooms in basements is not a particularly European thing to do.
No, it's not really American either, unless you've got like the windows included, which this does not have, or you desperately need the space. We do sometimes use them for like lounge room, like either playrooms or like activity rooms. Like that might be where your foosball table is or your ping pong table, you know, things everybody has. Game room kind of thing. I hate the phrase man cave, but there you have it.
Look, I'm just concerned about the term playroom, but go on.
Where children play?
That makes so much more sense.
Anniek!
Sorry!
I would just say sex dungeon if that's what I meant.
I was like, what kind of dungeon are we talking? Is it a sex dungeon? Is it a D&D dungeon? What are we playing down there? And then you came with foosball, and I was like, who would do foosball down there? Sorry.
Foosball and 3 feet away are the restraints and the, yeah.
Oh, so you met my friend.
Upstairs, you are aware layout-wise that there is a second bathroom on the first floor, and 2 bedrooms, one of which has a walk-in closet, and then the dubiously narrow stairs continue on into an attic of some sort.
I'm just picturing the worst attic from Phasmophobia.
Yeah, it's not great, as your agent said, but the roof doesn't leak.
Is it? Well, I'd sign up for that right now.
And the great room does have a fireplace, which is why there are no windows on the left.
Yeah. Is the attic tall enough to stand up all the way properly, or you're like...
Yeah, but in that way that's like not super comfortable.
Okay, you're doing the half hunch.
Yeah, like you don't need to do the half hunch, but it
But
just
everything
feels like
feels
you
too close.
should.
Yeah.
And it's
Fair.
peaked, but there's room to move stuff around or like get to places.
Yep.
Presumably. Not that you've explored up there, but
Oh, but it's a good pace to like dump some stuff until I go through things.
yeah. And presumably you have your own life stuff that you brought with you.
Some of it.
As a game note,
Remember, fresh start.
fresh start. The Investigator does have inventory slots.
Yes.
Some of which are taken up by some things take up 2 inventory slots if they are large items. There are also conditions or spells or stuff that can take up inventory slots. It is intentionally a vague look. You've got pockets, don't you? Or a backpack or a purse or whatever. Like, the game isn't too concerned about where you're carrying it as long as it's feasible for you to be doing so. And there are mechanics for if you are hauling too much stuff around. But that being said, you are in your own house and have access to things. Like, you can only carry so much, but you can swap things out fairly easily as long as you're in the right area. Like, if you are in the attic, you can't swap out something for a kitchen knife unless you go down to the kitchen, for example. And
considering my real life home, I can find a screwdriver in any drawer at all.
I was just thinking, like, you know, the ADHD solution of just have a duplicate of that item in whatever room you might need it in.
Like, if I pull open the drawer under my desk right now, it's half art drawer, half tool shed.
Screwdriver. But yes.
Screwdriver!
Oh, they're both orange. Mine's not as orange.
Cute. Mine's technically red, but I have blue lighting on.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Well, that's it. We can't be friends anymore.
Red, orange, red. I have my own color chart.
You do, although one just looks orangier orange to me, so...
But yeah, we'll not mention what else is in those drawers. But just like,
no.
we're assuming this house is somewhat organized, maybe sort of, I guess. But
yeah, like it's...
Or do I just get a luck roll whenever I open a drawer?
You basically get a luck roll.
Yeah,
because
that tracks.
You are, first of all, there's only so many rooms. But you...
More rooms than I have in my real house.
Are... Really?
I have 3 bedrooms, but... Oh, careful, hang on, a dog is being dropped. No, we're okay. She just kicked him.
But you have 2 rooms downstairs, don't you?
I have... No, I only have a living room downstairs. The kitchen's open plan.
Oh, okay.
Well, legally speaking, there's a bathroom. A half bath, technically. But I have 3 rooms upstairs, but not an attic and not a basement. We have...
That's fair. I wasn't counting the basement and the attic as rooms in this.
Yeah, we have like a fleeting, which is basically an attic you can stand in, but you can dump your stuff there if you reinforce part of the floor. So we've reinforced part of the floor.
Is it the open floor where it's like the beams are up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we put some plates down on them so we can... We'll put this here and then we'll see if we need it later.
Yeah,
and
everything's within reaching range.
Yeah, and now there's 10 years worth of the stuff up there. And then when our roof did leak the other day, we had to like swim through our stuff to find out where the roof was leaking. Shoot. We were like, oh, we need to do something about this. Why do we have this?
Yeah.
So yeah, but if you don't count the attic and the basement, then
turns out you have an oubliette. A place for forgetting.
I did, speaking of ADHD hacks, I don't technically have ADHD, but sometimes life overwhelms me and I almost have ADHD. So I I put a sticker on the Doom Closet that says Doom Closet because once you label it, it's true and it's not a problem anymore. It's just where you decided to put things.
Yeah. No, it has a name that makes it official.
Exactly. So I just made a sticker that says Doom Closet. It's the one where you open a door and put something in and you close the door real fast.
I love it, and I cannot wait to hear about the day that it.
There are some concerns about the structural integrity of the shelf I'm using.
You just need to get like a wire.
I really just need to clean it out.
Well, let's be realistic.
Thanks.
Fine. If you want to clean your Doom closet, go for it.
No.
All right. So,
yes,
officially,
games.
I can see the timer that I don't have yet on the screen clicking down, which is very funny to me.
Did we give the time warning at the start?
No. I will say it now. Allegedly, I don't know where you saw this. Allegedly 2 hours?
I think I saw it on like most liminal horror games.
Okay.
2 to 3 hours or something.
I mean, we're more or less officially half an hour in. I won't state that we've technically been sitting here for 2 hours.
Look, we didn't see each other on a Zoom call in a very long time. We had to catch up.
It's true. It's true. And even some of that time was spent talking about the game. I think. Yeah.
Yes.
Must have done.
Some of it. Absolutely.
Also,
talking rooms.
Just real quick, for the sake of flavor, we are setting this in England. Neither of us, I think, do an English accent particularly well.
No.
So there's that. But
I don't even do an American accent. I just have a Dutch
I
accent,
feel like
and you're
I've
stuck with it.
Heard you try an American accent, and I feel like it was fantastic.
It's only Valley Girl.
And I think it was fantastic, but yeah, and all my people set in England are always transplants from Scotland or Ireland. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So
accent work is not necessary to play TTRPGs. No. Don't let the internet tell you otherwise.
No, but that is why on the off chance we reference pounds. That's why.
Pounds are the only things we're porting over, though. We're not doing yards.
Ground floor, first floor is also English.
We're not doing stone for weight.
No, I can never remember which one. Isn't that just people weight?
Yeah, but what
I don't
people,
know. They pick and choose.
Just
oh God, we're losing our English accent. Audience, we're losing our English audience.
We have an English audience. Hi, welcome. Stay.
Willkommen, bienvenue. Yes. So part of the beginning is Dawn has rolled for pocket money. And so up to a certain point, it is possible for her to go out or order in and purchase things. So the game starts by saying that you have spent a night in the house. You know something is unsettling.
Yes.
But I would like to hear Dawn's thoughts, first impressions of the house. And I'll say, like, as you walk through,
so pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gross.
Sure.
I think Dawn is, like I said, also just a lot of, okay, maybe Netflix miniseries, that would be great. Mm-hmm. Oh God, if we have to, we'll do Prime or HBO, whatever. But also because we need the angle of things I discovered while I was restoring the house. She's not focusing so much on what is currently in the house, but more on strip this, paint that, put that there. Just kind of ignoring what's in front of her and more focusing on the grayish hellhole she'll be creating.
Yes. Perfect. And I think there are a few pieces that stick out to you on your way through the house, especially given your background and feeling about certain things. The sofa is very well loved. It is very worn through in places, and some of the stuffing is like coming out of the seams. And I can only imagine that Donna's thinking about how many people have used that sofa. And this is just, it just looks well loved. Like, we're not talking bloodstains, we're not talking anything like that. It just, a lot of people have sat on this sofa for a long time.
So she wouldn't like flop down on it herself, but there's probably people who like, if you watch enough British TV, there's a million shows that like fix and refurbish and restore old furniture. So you'd be like, I picture having like a little sticker book and putting stickers on things going like toss, use for content, sell, kind of marking system, and looking at that. So like, is it made out of proper wood? Like all the IKEA trash is going. But if something looks like it's made of proper wood and someone might be able to make it nice, then it gets a different color sticker. So, bearing in mind how much Dawn knows about wood.
So it does definitely have a non-IKEA wood frame. Because it's old. It's like a grandmother's old cheap couch. So like, still good bones. But, you know, it's not Chippendale or, you know, it's not an antique. It's just old, well-made, but extremely well-worn.
Well-made is already a good thing nowadays. So
it is.
You know, it'll get a little teal tag.
Yeah, like it would definitely need to be reupholstered or whatever. Because like
Content.
any pattern is... A lot of it is worn at that point. Some of it's still visible, but
No, but that's the kind of thing that gets like the teal sticker where you like see if you can do like a collab with someone who has a channel, reupholster it, make it like the eye-catching piece of the room, so you can claim that you kept the spirit of the house alive, even though you're putting gray herringbone on the floor, you know?
Yeah. And right now, like, the wood floors, like, probably could use a sealing, or, you know, a sealant. But they are also worn, and to the untrained eye, probably just look old and, yeah, could use a nice, fresh layer of something not as good.
Yeah, or you just rip them up and put some parquet in. It'll be fine.
The dining room, and there's still like there's photos on the mantle of the fireplace.
Oh, I got all that crap. Perfect.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like I said, the wallpaper is peeling. The pattern, everything looks pretty themed, like, you know, put together in like there was a vision. But it would definitely need replacing the wallpaper. It's not just something that you can tack back up. Like it's
tack someone. Yes.
Not that you probably would anyway, but
I think she's probably because she does have a smartphone. So she's already like doing the oh my god, first day walkthrough.
Are you live streaming it?
No, I'm on a social media break until after my tearful apology and having worked on myself.
I just had to be sure that you weren't immediately breaking your internal promise.
Oh, please, Diane would kill me. Absolutely kill me.
The dining table is dusty, but actually looks pretty nice. It is, I'm gonna say this, I don't know as Dawn would know it, but it's mahogany. And it has 6 matching chairs that all look to be in good condition. Like, it's not super scuffed from, poor usage. Like, it is, these might actually be antiques or just well cared for. Who knows? Dusty. Most things in here are pretty dusty. There is a neat bowl of fruit. Not dusty. Could be a welcome gift from the estate agent, who knows, but everything's fresh. Was
that there yesterday?
So this would
already
be...
slept here, right? Oh, we're flashbacking to yesterday.
This is flashbacking.
Yeah.
Just like a quick, like, first impressions.
Yeah.
As you pass through the kitchen, it smells kind of like meat. Not necessarily rotting, just meaty. But in good news, the refrigerator is empty. Like, whoever took care of this place pre-sale was, like, at least gonna do the bare minimum. Like, you don't have, question mark aged items in there.
Also, they would have, like, at least there are actually agencies. They're not supernatural agencies or shady agencies, but are agencies that will help you, like, make sure your house isn't a plague house for the rest of the neighborhood.
Yes. And it
the first time of cockroaches would have been here.
It actually seems like perhaps the refrigerator has been recently plugged back in.
Good. So I can actually use it.
It is not particularly new, but it's also not ancient. It's just, there's not a block of ice in the freezer. It's kind of and everything's, like, cold, but it's not, it doesn't look like it's been sitting there for 10 years.
Is that an ice dispenser?
No. Also, you're in England. I don't think they have ice dispensers.
No, but that's not the point. Dawn would just make a little sad face.
You could replace it.
Yeah, when they unfreeze my accounts.
Yes. There is no dishwasher.
Excuse you.
We're gonna have to roll on laundry. In the backyard, you can see a shed. I feel like maybe you got here kind of later in the day, which is why maybe it's a quick look around.
Yeah.
In the backyard.
Shed, noted. Not going too far out.
Shed, there's definitely, like, the laundry line. I don't know if the line is there, but, like, you can see where you can hang one up. And some overgrown flower ? Beds, anyway.
Sure.
Maybe weeds, maybe not. Who knows? It
Moderately
obviously
overgrown.
has not been tended in a while. So, upstairs, you've got the 2 bedrooms. They both have beds.
And a walk-in closet.
It does have, both closets have some clothes in them. Like, they just came through and took out the trash,
the worst stuff.
And whatever was gonna rot. There is a vanity. Also looks not bad. The mirror does have a crack in it. But the vanity itself is, like, very sturdy, pretty quality, also wood. But you could paint it, like, some fancy colors, maybe, like, if you're into that sort of TikTok sort of restoration. But it's also not particularly scuffed or ratty.
I think color-wise, we'll have to see, because currently maximalism is on an upward trend. We'll have to see where that ends. Because the other thing is, knocking everything out and making it grayish and painting original brick sort of gross whitish color is also amazing rage bait. So the other option is do that first, appear contrite, and then do it properly, because that's just double the views.
That's true. Any attention is good attention.
Exactly. You just need eyes on you. And then again, learn and do better. And then
your mood board for this house is something else.
Split level. We have phase 1 and phase 2.
Yep.
I think she'd be sleeping in the big bedroom, and then the other bedroom won't be set up as it'll be the content creation bedroom, but not in an OnlyFans kind of way, but in the heavily staged kind of way, with like the perfect bed that will never have to be made because no one will ever sleep in it. It will be her fake bedroom that she can shoot content in to look relatable without being relatable.
This one you might have to you could probably squidge it around. It has 2 extremely narrow this is where I learn if our bed sizes are the same, what we would call twin beds, just basically single person, and they have extremely dusty matching I want to say chenille, that like light fuzzy material.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Hot stuff.
They are a solid gray, and where all the furniture in the master bedroom matched, like there's a beautiful wooden dresser, there is the walk-in closet, the headboard footboard of the not full, that's also a size, but like queen size.
I'm googling all of these because that's just weird. We just say how many centimeters wide or long it is. We don't give it names that way.
Oh, we
like
have I don't
have like a named size bed. I have a 2 by 220 bed.
That makes a lot of sense. This also explains your paper sizes. Letter size is what we have. What does that mean?
We just have the A series, which is just folding it in half every time.
Logical. Yeah, so in the master bedroom, you have a adult sized bed for like 2 people comfortably, a normal sized bed. This is like a step up from 2 children's beds. Possibly a guest room. The closet doesn't have a whole lot of like, it has stuff in it, but it's not like you're gonna have to clean one way or another.
Sure.
But it does have significantly less stuff in here. So
cleaning videos get tons of views.
They do. Desperately need to know if Dawn is going to be mixing bleach and
She's not an idiot.
Nope, that's good. Just
she will not be gassing herself. No, thank you. She doesn't know what a load-bearing wall is, but she knows not to mix.
Nope, that's
certain
good.
Chemicals. But the children's beds are getting the trash sticker.
Yeah, that's fair.
After, of course, not today, but we're gonna have to check the mattress to see if there's like diaries under it or something. But
and to be clear, like an adult can sleep. It's just like you're not sharing that bed, right? It's like a guest room.
But also gross.
Yeah.
Let's bring something new in here and make it look like a proper bedroom, so people can think I'm filming in my bedroom when my bedroom's going to be completely trashed, and this is going to be
right
like a showroom.
Yes. And we'll say this IKEA bedroom has the perfect angle on the lighting, for the windows and everything. And it does look out over onto the sloping roof of the front porch. The attic we've already touched on. So your first night.
Yes. Creepy, apparently.
What?
Creepy, apparently.
Unsettling.
Sure. Yes.
How?
This entire house is unsettling. It's small. It smells funny. I know they took out the trash, but I think I heard rodents or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's living in the attic with me. Squirrels, mice, who knows? Ugh. Ugh.
That's
I think
true. You never
Dawn
heard the
would
word exterminator.
I think Dawn would be out of bed in the morning because this bed's also gross. And she'd be furiously Googling exterminators and see if there's at least an IKEA nearby. She needs a clean mattress. Yeah. I think the exterminator is step one. Something skittered. She doesn't like things that skitter.
No. That's fair. Who does?
People who DM horror games and aren't the player.
Yeah, I mean, you probably don't have Wi-Fi set up just yet, but you have a signal.
It's fine. I have one of those roaming bundles. It's on the company account. I'll bitch next month. It's okay. They don't expense my account until a few weeks from now.
Right. You're on a timer, but you've got time.
Yes, exactly.
They are pretty busy. It's that time of year. It's always that time of year for pest
rat
control.
time of year?
Yep. Well, when they're coming in from the cold or nesting or just feel like moving house.
Yeah, we have them late summer when we have our garden doors open really late, and they just use dusk to go, hey, I haven't been here before.
Yeah.
Let me just walk through this open door.
No, thank you, guys.
You don't have to do this. You can just stay outside.
So they tell you that they can have someone come by later in the week. They get your information.
Yeah.
And about the time you hang up, you hear maybe a skittering, maybe a small clank somewhere in the walls, but it doesn't persist. It just...
In the walls?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how are they in the walls? The walls are made of...
Rats are tricky.
Did I buy a house and the walls aren't made of brick?
Not the interior walls.
God. Savages. Great, perfect. Love this for me. Gross. So, yes. Oh, end of the week. I think we'd need a little shopping trip, so she'd get backpack, wallet, Google Maps, nearest Tesco or whatever.
Yeah.
Basic breakfast, basic food for the week. Plastic containers to put stuff in.
Smart.
Or glass containers to put stuff in, because rats eat plastic. Ew. I mean,
it
traps?
What you're putting
Basic
in there,
traps.
Yep. As you...
Bottle of wine.
Exit...
No, 2 bottles of wine.
Smart. Are you going to use the dishware, glassware that's in the house, or...
Well,
that you presume is in the house. I don't know if you checked the cupboards
I
yet.
didn't see a dishwasher yesterday.
Correct.
So we're going paper plates and plastic cutlery.
Probably a good idea.
Lots of trash bags.
And
if there's an H&M around, one of those budget jumpsuits, boiler suits.
Does H&M carry that?
They were hip for a while, yeah.
I suppose that's true. I was thinking of
well, we're not talking no,
right,
yeah, like overalls, but with the sleeves.
Yeah.
Yes, because it doesn't it's not gonna hold up. It just has to look cute on camera.
Yeah.
We're not talking heavy duty farm wear. Yes. Look, I've worn proper overalls for stable wear. Nobody looks good in those.
Yeah. No.
There is absolutely no way to look good in those. So we're going overalls, but fashion. So Zara, H&M, whatever. Like normally she'd die before she was found in those brands.
Sure.
But we're looking at the cash,
Your
and
circumstances have changed a little bit.
it's part of working on myself as a person to just be less judgmental of things. And as soon as my accounts are unfrozen, we're gonna get an Hermes.
Yep. Accepting Zara as an acceptable source of clothing is certainly one way of looking at.
Deprivation,
Um,
yes. Torture.
that
It's a
actually
horror
might be
game,
on
remember?
me. My recollection is Zara is fast fashion.
It is.
Okay.
So is H&M.
Yep. All right.
You're talking to someone who wore custom-made fake vintage.
Yes. Yes.
I will be wearing polyester
My God.
instead of an all-natural
Again,
blend.
the true horrors.
It's too early for this in the game. My poor skin. Oh, I'm gonna smell so bad. Oh, you can't smell me on video. All right, as long as I look cute.
I think there is a bit of the house, like, as you settle into your Range Rover, even if you've, used, if you showered that morning with, like, your signature soap or shampoo or whatever, or...
Yeah, I bought the travel-sized bottles.
Yeah. Any of that, like, there is still, like, an undertone, not all the time, but, as maybe you turn your head to, like, check traffic or whatever, there's just, like, a little... What is that? As you, pull out of the neighborhood, this is not important, but, might be at some point. Do you pull into... You do not have a garage. Do you pull into your driveway or do you back in?
I get a whole entire driveway? I thought it was street parking.
I kind of like the idea of not street parking. I'm not that cruel, but
I drive in and I reverse out.
okay. You can see an older man across the street. You can tell, like, you see the motion of the curtains, right, as he's watching you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to tell with, like, the reflection on the glass and all that, but he's scowling pretty clearly. And as you kind of hit the "Welcome to Blythefen Court" sign at the end of the row, there is a kind of younger teen walking down the sidewalk into the court, who sees you and waves with, like, a bright smile.
Female or male presenting?
Tomboy girl, question mark?
Tomboy girl, question mark. Look, I'm just trying to figure out if it's a fan or not a fan, or if I'm just new or whatever.
I think impossible to say, like, from there.
I think if I saw the curtain twitch, I would have done, like, the half wave to acknowledge that I saw them. Just try and be friendly.
Snaps that curtain shut.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then wave back at the teen.
Yeah, they kind of, like, have a little bounce in their step as they, like, continue further into your neighborhood.
Morning people.
It's probably 25 minutes, half an hour to get to an area that has like both those
Yeah,
store type
shopping
areas.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can.
You know, Dawn was the kind to film her get ready with me day in the life of bullshit and pretend she woke up at 5 a.m. but filmed that at 1 p.m.
Yeah. I am not going to tally up how much like food and stuff is going to cost. Like, I know it is coming out of like your budget, but I am making the executive decision that your budget is for mechanically useful items. So if anything you want to pick up has a stat boost or anything like that,
if it has a listing,
or if you want to argue that it has like armor or whatever, we'll do it that way. But like, I'm in certain games, I think it would be interesting for you to have to weigh food versus a knife.
That would be for like a long form game.
Exactly. And like,
I fully expect Dawn to last like less than a week.
Yeah, like there is deprivation, which like not having food can cause, but also like,
sure,
there's other, you know,
I think gear wise, I don't want a chainsaw. I do want a chainsaw. I can't afford a chainsaw.
If only you were making money. If only you were still monetized.
Oh god.
And you haven't checked the shed.
Oh, that's true. There might be stuff in the shed.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I think the rest of it would be like cleaning supplies. And even though I'm not currently making gas, I suppose I bought enough bleach to do something about it. But currently, no.
Yeah, and
nothing with a stat line.
Yeah, and I would say that like, because you aren't buying like mustard gas off the shelf for a price, what would end up happening is you would have a time cost later on to like mix your own or whatever, right? Like,
sure.
And I believe you already have a bottle of fine liquor.
Well, fine depends on your definition
100
of
proof plus.
Yes, for cleaning.
50-pound, yeah. Okay, Kirstie Alley.
Excuse you. I clean my house with cleaning alcohol all the time.
I keep forgetting it's cleaning alcohol as opposed to like vodka.
You probably shouldn't drink cleaning alcohol.
No.
Actually, depending on where you source it, also don't drink the vodka.
Also true.
Too many people going blind.
Are you adding anything considered gear?
No.
Okay. Also, like, you're not going to find grenades or whatever at
See,
H&M,
I kind of assumed,
to be clear,
I wasn't going to find any of the good
we
stuff.
didn't discuss this, but there are definitely gear items that don't fit.
Yes. I figured.
Yep. Okay. I think that probably puts it, especially if you didn't leave the house until 1-ish, evening.
No, she would have been started like going through some stuff before leaving and just making lists.
Yeah.
So many lists.
Okay. So, you find everything on your shopping list.
Perfect.
You get back without any trouble, thanks to Google Map. I don't know your sense of direction.
Not bad, actually.
Good.
I figured it was a control thing, and I have a 14 in control.
Yeah. Right now your cell phone works and everything, and
yeah.
She
might have bought. I don't know if it's
weird. I
don't know if it's gear. Like, she would have at least one power bank, maybe more.
So I would say a power bank would probably be like a charger. No, a power bank. Yes.
In that case, she would have gotten. If she didn't already have her power bank, she would get one.
Okay, they're not particular. I'd say like $20, 20 pounds. Excuse me.
Sure. I'll make it 50 so I can get a good one.
Okay. Yeah, that would give you like an extra, like double the time. So like, 8 hours? 10 hours?
How shit are your power banks?
I have like 4 of them, but I haven't had to use them fully. So I just make sure they're charged and call it a day.
I don't like camping, but sometimes I'm forced to go camping, so I have a power bank that can just charge my phone like over and over again for like the entire 4-day weekend.
Oh yeah, I know, that's smart.
Fuck that shit. It goes a little faster if you charge your Switch with it. Weird.
Interesting.
Can in fact charge your Switch with it though, so.
It also occurred to me that like using it by hours doesn't really make sense. But I suppose it also depends on how fast it. Look, the point is you can find a.
I have a good power bank. Thank you.
You have a good power bank, and I will still say that's like $20 or 20 pounds. It's because the sheet has it in dollars, so I'm looking at the sign even though I've got it. Yeah.
Just edit all of the dollars out.
Yep. Okay. As you get back, no sign of the teenager ? Or the grumpy old man. But there is, I say old, he's that questionable, like, maybe retirement age, maybe older, but also maybe younger. Like, just, and he also seemed a little familiar. Like,
familiar?
Like maybe he looked like, I mean, again, with like glare on the glass, like maybe he looks like some actor. Like, you certainly haven't met him. But there's a familiarity. Maybe Stellan Skarsgård, maybe one of the Skarsgårds. They don't all look the same, do they?
If it's Stellan Skarsgård, he doesn't look like the rest of the Skarsgårds.
No, he doesn't. But
also kind of bummed that it's that particular Skarsgård, but sure.
Yeah. I mean, we're not talking Bill. Bill
or Alexander.
Or Alexander. Yeah, no.
Excuse you.
Look, my Skarsgård knowledge is
it's limited. Honestly, if Alexander Skarsgård lived across from Dawn, she would do up this house for real and not leave.
Valid. It is not Alexander, but
she would also buy binoculars.
It's also like a, maybe it's just the jaw or like the way his hair falls. There's just something.
There's something. Sure.
I almost said something inappropriate, but it's fine. It doesn't matter because as you pull in to your new home, there is an older lady, definitely like wispy white hair, grandmotherly, possibly someone's great-grandmother type. Indeterminate age, but like probably 90 something. But she's out in her front yard, directly next to yours.
Good for her.
Mm-hmm. She's got those gardening gloves on that have the claws.
Oh yeah, those are great though.
Yeah, no, and she's got the little rolly bench that you can sit on and garden, but it also like has the flip up lid that you can keep your supplies in. Yeah.
Yep.
And she's just brutalizing a bed kind of along your shared fence line, which is not particularly tall.
Oh no, I need a better fence.
The one in the back I think is taller, but it is not. The ones in the front are decorative. They are. This is probably where your property line is. The one in the back is a little more substantial height-wise. Although
I think Dawn would like pull up her notes app and just go get survey done.
Yeah. Smart, actually.
Is this crazy lady in my car?
And as you pull in, like, she has stopped. Actually, probably once she could see your car come down the street. Car? Calling a Range Rover a car seems weird, but whatever.
It's technically a car.
Yeah, your vehicle.
What? What else are you gonna call it?
I don't know. They're beefy, right?
Depends on which one you get.
And she's got one of those like
Same
wide
kind as
brim
Queen
hats
Elizabeth
on.
had, you know?
Yeah. She's got one of those wide brim gardening hats on.
Beautiful.
I don't think
Like
it's
we ever have
particularly-
enough sun in England to need a sun hat.
No, but also it's decorative and
Fair.
you know, you should always be concerned about your skin, and so
Especially
my worst burn has come on an overcast day.
that is fair. I guess when you're 90, your skin's terrible.
Yeah. Her skin aside, she does have like incredible crow's feet, like smile lines. And she's smiling as you pull up, and she has stopped her gardening to like watch you proceed in. And as you get out of your car, your vehicle, she says,
Look, I just sent you a picture of the type of Range Rover, and compared to American car sizes, this is very reasonable.
No, it is. I'm not saying it's not. I love a good Range Rover. Also,
Thank you.
I was actually picturing the Queen Elizabeth like out on the trails kind of Range Rover. Yours could definitely do like a muddy drive, but yours is not the like up on the mountains looking. It might be able to handle it. I don't know.
No, but this is the actual Range Rover from Queen Elizabeth that got sold at auction. And
Is
Daddy
it?
bought it for me.
Oh, that, yes.
But yes, the picture is also in real life the picture of the Range Rover that used to be owned by Queen Elizabeth that got sold at auction.
Incredible.
For £132,000.
I was picturing the older ones with like the rack on the top and like...
Oh, Daddy would never let me drive that.
No, I should have known that you would have the more stylish version. What was I thinking?
1950s. What's wrong with you? Sorry. Educational tag.
Hashtag educational. She stands up a little stiffly, but and with a small bundle of something greenish brown in her hand.
Vegetation.
Vegetation. Well, hello there, dear. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Leave one of the grocery bags in the back so I can at least go say hello. Just, hi, hello. Pleasure to meet you. I just moved in, as you probably could tell.
Oh, yes. Oh, hard to miss that. And she's peering at you. She's got like those big Coke bottle glasses.
Oh, perfect.
Well, you can just call me Blanche, dear. And who might you be?
Oh, you can just call me Dawn.
Oh, well, it's so nice to have someone in that house. It's been so long, and it doesn't do to have a place stand empty.
Yes. I was shocked to hear that it had been abandoned for so long. It's got good bones.
Oh, yes. No, these houses have stood quite a while and will do so a while longer, I think. Terrible business about the Pickmans. But it's good you're here now and can give it fresh life, as they say.
Exactly. We're just gonna renovate it, make it look gorgeous again.
Oh, are you a handy one then, dear?
I plan on learning.
Oh, that's the spirit. Always keep learning, my Edward always used to say. Rest his soul, been gone 30 years now, but I can still hear him plain as day, never stop learning.
As soon as she says, like, God rest his soul, be like, Oh, does that mean, I'm sorry, do you live here alone?
Oh, yes,
isn't it so much upkeep for one person? Because that's what I'm worried about, living here alone.
Oh, well, one's never alone when one has community, right, dear? No, there's that young thing down the street comes in, helps me do my shopping, and, helps tidy sometimes when I can't quite do it myself, and,
That's awfully kind of them.
yes.
And I see you do the yard yourself?
Oh, they'll have to pry my garden from my cold, dead hands, yes. Can't trust anyone else with it, although that Jesse's learning. Still not quite, hard to tell the weeds from the... I almost said the weeds from the chaff, but that's not. They're both the same. One's same as the other. No, they're learning. They're
good. Jesse, you said, is that the same one as who does your tidying?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
We don't have many young folk down here in the close, you understand, but you might see her around sometimes. Short, black hair. Very, very charming, and always has a smile, I think. Raised upright, I think.
I think I just saw her walking near the sign, and we...
Oh, walks everywhere, that thing.
Already, blind wave, indeed, well raised.
Yes. No, good sort, that one. Lives just a few doors down. Which is kind of a joke because there's not that many houses down here, so everything's kind of a few doors
Everything's
down.
a few doors down, and otherwise you've left town.
Yeah. You're basically, I think, on a cul-de-sac. That makes the most sense for...
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Low traffic and whatnot. But yes, dear. Now that you're...
If I'm running to the shops and you see me go and you need something, you just holler and let me know.
Oh, that's the thing, you sweet thing. Well, we'll have to have you over for tea now, won't we?
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Just anytime you need to pick me up, I'm just right over here.
And if I need to... Yeah.
Unless
wonderful.
I'm out dancing or gallivanting, of course. And she gives you, like, a big, like... wing, like it's a very
yeah look, yeah
obvious is what I was going for.
Yes. Dawn is going shit. I don't want to deal with the neighbors, god damn it. Oh god, no. Cute grannies are good content.
And her house is like a little postcard, like even though, like, it can't just be Jesse, because, like, the house looks freshly painted. There are window baskets of blooming flowers.
Yeah, it's too perfect for a 90-year-old and a teenager.
Yeah, and, like, there's not a lot of grass, but everything is... It's almost picture perfect. Like,
yeah, a little too Stepford-y.
Yeah,
the English version of Stepford.
And definitely a gardener in terms of it's not just one kind of flower or whatever. Like, there's a variety of flowers, and obviously, like, set for, like, different times of year, so that something's always blooming and they are healthy and happy. And I think at the end of her walkway is one of those, like, archways just covered in roses, like those climbing roses.
I'm just picturing the perfect English cottage garden, and I'm deeply jealous.
Yes, exactly that. And I think, like, the wind shifts a little bit, and it's not overwhelming, but you get that little scent of, like, tea roses.
So Don's like, well, and if I ever need gardening tips, I know just who to ask. Your garden is a picture. Stunning.
Oh dear, I have more than a lifetime's worth of knowledge I would be happy to share. Can't take it with you, as they say.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're already sharing with Jessie.
Yes, that one's a learner, I'll tell you what.
I gotta admit, first plan is to focus on the inside because, woo, dusty.
Oh, I'm sure.
A lot of cleaning to do first before I focus on the garden, but I do hope... I know I will never achieve what you have, but maybe at
never
least...
say never. You don't know till you try.
That is true.
If you need a second set of hands, well, and she spreads her clawed garden gloves, and a thumb kind of holding her vegetation in place. She's like, well,
Yeah.
mine aren't good for much, but you might ask Jesse if they've got time.
Sure thing. Well, some things I'll be hiring professionals for.
Oh yes, yes.
There's
Very
just a lot to be done. And the person fell. I got stared at through the curtains from across the road, and when I waved, they. I was just trying to be nice. Did I overstep with someone?
That's old Lester, yes.
Lester.
Well, I say old, he's my son's age, but no, that's Lester Grimble, yes. Just a little ornery. He'll probably come around. I wouldn't take it personal. And
Okay.
if you happen to see a chicken around, that might warm him up to you some. I believe
A particular chicken, or does he just really like chickens?
No, dear. He has a pet chicken, which has gone missing. He has a few
that's
chickens,
terrible.
but one chicken has gone missing. Yes.
Terrible. But I did hear that in rural England, people have like foxes in their backyard. So I guess
I don't believe he's seen sign of that, but yes, there's foxes around. Sometimes I haven't heard any in years, but I mean, not out of the question. But I don't believe he's found feathers or anything.
Well, I haven't found her in the house, but I'll keep an eye out while I run
Could
my
you
errands.
imagine ruling the roost? One might say if she was.
Oh,
yes.
very good.
Yes.
Well, I will no longer keep you from your very important work.
Oh, indeed. Anytime. I'm here all day, all night, somewhere about. Yes.
We'll do the awkward say bye 10 times and then
Yes.
actually leave at the end of that.
And she's going to, as you're pulling things inside, kind of finish up what she was doing and kind of stretch her back a little bit and then go inside.
I'm a little concerned by the more than one lifetime's worth of knowledge.
I don't know why that would be concerning. Is that not a thing people say? That's an English idiom, to be sure.
I don't think that's true. I'm concerned. Yeah, so we're just gonna start just putting stuff away. And by putting stuff away, I mean picking a tiny area of the kitchen to clean enough that I can put stuff away.
Mm-hmm. The counters are pretty clear. Like, there's stuff on them like an empty bread box or empty sugar and flour containers.
Yeah, so those all get like piled somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we're bleaching the surfaces before we put stuff down. I don't like that weird meaty smell that's still hanging around, so we're going to replace it, at least for now, with a bleach smell.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's hard to get away from bleach. But after...
Let it singe your nostrils. Let it really sink in.
Yeah. After a while, like, when you move on to other things that don't involve bleach, though, it starts to fade and that smell returns. And it's not super... It's just there. It's... Like, you can just tell. It's not overpowering.
Yeah, but it's also not like... It's not if I go somewhere that the smell gets stronger.
Oh, yeah, no. It's
just omni...
Yeah. And that's just, like, in the kitchen-y area. Like, you're not smelling it in the bedroom or whatever.
Okay.
As you look around, though...
Well, I'm also... Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Well, there's just putting stuff away, but again, I'm also not necessarily like deep cataloging, but everything that gets put away gets like a once over for like shake shake flip flip. Is there anything good in here? Put it in a box.
So you are doing that. And there's silverware, there's there's cookbooks, there's all sorts of who knows what.
Like
kitchen.
Decent cookbooks, or like we're putting tuna in jello cookbooks?
Whatever you prefer. You got a successful luck roll.
Oh. I have faith in the Picklemans. They're the tuna in jello cookbooks. Again, disgusting, but from a content point of view.
Yes.
Like striking gold.
Perfect.
Like collaborate with a guy that just put out a cookbook of old-timey recipes he made and tried in a very hysterical manner.
Yes. Oh.
Like just do a channel crossover. Perfect.
What do you say to taking a quick break?
I'm down with taking a quick break. Perfect. I was like, are we halfway? I don't remember time anymore.
Might as well have a break somewhere.
I don't remember where we are.
All right. We will be back in just a few.
Yeah.
And I will be back in just a few. Hi, hello. We are back. I probably could have counted us in, but I didn't. Our investigator Dawn has
not an investigator, just a little guy.
Just a little guy. Well, you're investigating the house that you've recently purchased.
True.
And are going to quote unquote restore. And you have the remnants of the former owners left. No, that sounds like pieces of the former owners. You have.
Well, who knows, right?
Who knows?
I haven't delved very deeply yet.
The house was sold as is, which means the furniture and assorted accoutrement of the former owners remains in the house. So you have
going through their shit.
Been out getting some supplies for cleaning and organizing, and you have met one of the neighbors,
Blanche,
who
told me about Jesse and Lester.
Yep.
And Edward. Dead Edward.
I didn't mention this, but the mailbox out front of her house says the Smythe Evans Evans.
Smythe? So, sure. Sure.
Okay. I believe you've taken all your new items and groceries and whatnot inside. Presumably stocked your fridge.
Yep.
The weird meat smell, weirdly not stronger in the fridge. It's definitely
it's both a relief and a concern.
Yeah, I think that's fair. The thing that you said you were doing after that was just kind of continuing to go through and take your little sticky notes and mark what's to keep, what's to throw away, what's to possibly restore, etc., etc. In which room are you starting?
Honestly, I need a better place to sleep, even if it's going to be an IKEA mattress. So, bedroom.
Okay.
Like, have one room where I can, like, hole up as I trash and gut the rest of the house.
Yeah, makes sense to me. Are you
We're skipping those closets on the left side for now.
the walk-in?
No, the 2 regular closets in the master. The 2 with the double doors. Those are built-ins, not walk-ins.
I forgot that it has like so much closet space.
And that for this lower price. Anyway.
Wait.
Wait.
Which one are you referring to as the master?
9 3/4 by 13 one.
Okay. I've been referring to the one with the walk-in as the master.
Because why? It's smaller.
But it has the nicer closet. So, okay. So...
Yeah, I suppose it's true.
Okay. So, your bedroom that you're sleeping in is the one with the roof access.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Because I figured the one with the walk-in closet is easiest to stage.
Yeah,
because then you can also use the walk-in closet as like a transition thing, and you can like put all your ring lights in there as well.
No, that makes sense. Okay. Yes. Okay. So that's the one you're going through, is the one with the built-ins, not the walk-in closet.
Yes, the one with the roof access.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So this is the one that has the like matching wood furniture, whether it's your style or not. Like it is, like there is a bedroom set.
Yeah.
It has the clothing of the Pikmins. The walk-in closet then has the random boxes of whatever. You'll go through it at another point. And it's not packed. It's all lived in. And it's, you know, we had talked about finding things. You have, first of all, there's only so many places something could be in this house. But it, there is, you kind of have an innate feeling for where things probably should be.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, like, obviously dishes are going to be in a cupboard, but it might not be the cupboard that you think like would be the most
generalized
sensible
idea, but some people are weird.
Yeah, and like the junk drawer might not be, you know, it might be where you think the silverware drawer ought to be or something. So like
every drawer is a junk drawer if you want it bad enough.
You just believe in yourself. How intently are you going through? And so in this game, you only roll when you are in danger or when you are in threat of an attack, or along those lines. You don't necessarily need to roll to find things. It's more of a, you know, if you're giving something a light once over, like not even touching it, you might miss something.
Yeah.
But also,
I think
like,
she's
fully exploring takes a little more time, yada yada.
Yeah, I think she's going sort now, go in depth later. So she'd have like 3 boxes with like check, trash, keep, whatever. But like I said, everything that gets touched, get at least a little shake, see if there's anything loose in there. A quick once over if there's anything sneaky or secret. Because again, we're aiming for at least a mini-series here, because a family that vanished. Now that is a story.
So you have your phone like recording as you're doing at least some of this?
No, because she figured if she finds something, she's gonna set it up and re-record and like make it aesthetic, right? Because right now it's all gross, and when you're gonna record it, you like need just the right light. You want golden hour. You're gonna do your makeup. You're gonna make sure you're, you know, framed by the window. So for the first pass through, maybe she did 1 or 2 overview shots, like she sees on Cleaning Talk,
Yeah.
of like the what the
Before
kind
and
of you can.
after.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the actual sorting she's not filming because she just, if I find something, set it up, film it better.
Mm-hmm.
Right, get your ring light, get
Or maybe
everything.
a couple like establishing shots of like your
Exactly.
tubs, or like something aesthetically framed where it's like, oh, I'm sorting, but not the actual process. Yeah,
Exactly.
I gotcha. Okay, so like going through the bedroom, there's a lot of, well, there's not a lot of like junk in terms of like something so ratty it's, you know, like it's not like there's a chair or something that you would immediately toss.
Okay.
You know, it would at least go in like the donate pile or something. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
At least.
And we're like we've vacuumed, we're airing out the bedding. It needs to at least be livable and not gross anymore. And then sorting is also important.
As you vacuum, are you using a vacuum you found in the house or one that you brought?
Oh,
because there's definitely one in the house.
Yeah, but those are like,
you know exactly what I'm thinking of. Yep.
Look, I have a vacuum in my house in real life, and when we use it, it makes the house still smell like dog because the filters smell like dog because I live in a house with long-haired, wet dog.
Doesn't matter how much you clean or change the filters.
The new filter has a solid half hour before it smells like dog.
Yep.
Right? So I think she would have got like the little Aldi Tesco vacuum. Not like excessive animal hair plus wattage. Just a quick vacuum.
Well, and
right?
From
with
what
some
you've
vacuum bags.
seen, it's mostly just dust. Like you haven't seen a lot of like cat or dog hair or anything.
It'll be fine. Just fine.
You haven't seen any animal bowls or anything like that. Like,
have I seen a chicken or chicken feathers?
Not so far. Definitely not in the house.
Not so far. I like the way that sounds.
Not so far.
Not yet. So the chicken isn't under my bed. Noted.
Right. Alan, by the way, I don't think she said, I meant to say Alan is the chicken who is missing.
Oh, Alan is the chicken. I was like, no, but we already named all the other men. Alan is the chicken.
All the other men in existence in England.
All the other men I may have encountered today, be it spiritually or physically.
So you
lost Alan the chicken. Wait, is it a boy chicken? Because then wouldn't it be a rooster?
You could probably surmise it is actually a rooster, but who could say? She explicitly said chicken, but you know, a cow is a cow.
To be fair, we call sheep sheeps instead of calling them ewes. It's
exactly.
Fine.
It hard to say.
We're going by species, not gender. I get it.
Maybe she explicitly said chicken, but she did not specify if it was lady chicken or group chicken. Which is funny when you're asking someone to keep an eye out for a missing creature.
I'm gonna go buy a chicken and pretend it's Alan.
Right. They are definitely not distinguishable from each other.
No, not to give to Lester, but to put in my backyard and film it as I rescue it.
Oh my god. Dawn might deserve anything that comes her way.
If you're gonna DM this game, you have to start thinking more who is the worst influencer I know. And just honestly, add all of them together.
On me. My head is full of the horrors of the house. And
that is fair. I prepared for this
game in the house.
Yeah. I prepared for this game by being on TikTok and watching Yoga with Adrian.
Incredible. You watch Yoga with Adrian anyway.
This time is research.
All right. So on a surface level investigation of the bedroom, you definitely find some pieces where you're like, ooh, like this might be worth something if I polish it up or whatever. Definitely some things that are worth selling as opposed to like donating. Like the bedroom set as a whole, like who knows how old it is, who knows if it's an antique or not, but definitely sellable condition.
I can go on Antiques Roadshow.
My God, could you? Because this house is definitely a mix of like well-made like furniture in general versus I mean there's also the sofa, which is just old.
Yeah.
But like there's definitely
some
things,
some good stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely some antiques somewhere. Okay. Just had to fix that real quick. The vanity, as you kind of glance over that, and there's still a hairbrush, still some perfume bottles, cologne, the general. It's, again, not super cluttered, but definitely lived in. It's
Trashing
funny.
the hairbrush, that's gross. Oh, no, wait. Bagging the hairbrush in case they need to run DNA on. Yeah, bagging the hairbrush.
One brief moment.
Please hold. Your call is important to us.
Okay. The crack in the mirror is funny because there's only one crack, but when you look in the mirror, it looks like there is an eye looking back at you.
You mean besides my two eyes?
Yeah, but it's close to the crack. It could be
It's not just one of my eyes reflected weirdly.
It could be. It's definitely slightly, it's translucent, right? So it's not.
Huh.
You can kind of see things behind it or in front of it, however that works, reflection wise. So that's a little weird, and it kind of shifts depending on how you look at it, and sometimes it just disappears.
I think she'd like take her phone out and video and just try to film it from different angles to see if it's like a weird reflection, or maybe there's look behind me. Is there a photograph or a poster in the room that it could refracting off of? Are there photos in this room? I didn't ask. I know there were I know you said there were a bunch downstairs, but
yeah, and there's some paintings and stuff downstairs.
Who has paintings of people in their houses anymore?
Well, and that's
a rhetorical question because I took 2 commissions for paintings for people over Christmas. Weirdos.
Well, there is a difference between paintings that have people in them versus portraits, but that does. Like,
I don't know why, but as soon as you said that, I immediately pictured like the old-timey Victorian.
Yes, and there is.
I don't know why.
There is one of those downstairs in the great room, and that tickles something in your brain that you're gonna want to check on a little later, because that is kind of tugging at, like, as you're thinking, like, is there something in this room? You're like, oh yeah, there's that painting downstairs. But things in this room are more like landscapes or prints of photographs.
I'm just glad there's no sad clowns.
No sad clowns. This is a sad clown free zone.
Huzzah.
However,
hang on, I'm writing a note for myself that I have to remember to check the painting downstairs. I will forget.
I generally try and remind players of what their characters would have at the forefront of their mind, but also, yeah, I'm imperfect.
Look. Shrimp, remember?
So, are you going back through your phone and reviewing the footage and like zooming in and
Yes.
changing the brightness? Okay.
Yeah.
Two things. One, it is burning the shit out of your battery. Not like it's just going down rapidly. It's not. Well, it probably does feel warm in your hand, but it's not, burning your battery out, to say.
Yeah.
And you
We'll decrease the screen brightness again.
battery saving mode. What you should also probably do is where's the stress? Aha.
Am I distressed?
You yes. So this is why I had to find it, because it's not damage, it's your like mental.
Because I don't have hit points.
Right. But you can take damage.
After my hit protection runs out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
So this is because like this is a weird flippin' thing that's happening with the eye. Because it's not your, like, what your eyes look like.
Yeah, and there's no photos, and it's just fucking creepy.
Right. And like it's not always there, but it's there enough for you to be like, and also you did not sleep well last night, right? Like there's the scritching and all that.
There was skittering, and this bed is super dusty, and I spent half the night sneezing.
Yep.
And all the sounds are wrong.
So, this is your non-physical threat. This is you're witnessing something not right. And I think it's just enough on top of the rest of your experience, that you're like, this is not ideal.
Basically, I'm getting do I get a control save? Is that how that goes?
So the other thing is that
because
you're reviewing it through the cell phone, that's kind of removing you a little bit from it.
I'm not making eye contact with an undead eyeball.
So you are getting a +1 stability, which protects against stress. And you do have a stability score, I believe.
I didn't roll for one. I have strength, dexterity, and control, and hit protection. So how do I get stability?
Armor protects against stability, protects against stress.
I have a +1 on my armor because of my cool vest.
This music, though.
I'm working with eyeballs here. Of course I'm switching to the creepy music playlist. What did you expect?
So some items will bump up your stability score. It's sort of like if you have, I'm picking random numbers. If you have 5 stress and 3 stability, you end up with 2 hits to your hit protection, essentially.
Okay.
But you have sort of negated that, right? Because it's just a stress of 1. Your cell phone is providing that buffer, because you did view it in person, but also like you're viewing it more
briefly,
in depth and stuff through your phone. So,
stability comes only from equipment. It's not like a stat I have.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, I have a flat check, but -1 +1, so I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have anything.
Just reminding myself of the rules of a new game.
You don't have anything that provides stability?
No, I just assumed that applies armor because everything that's stability, I either have to roll on the table, and I rolled random, so I didn't get it.
It's true.
And the other things that provide stability are like 1,000 pounds,
Um,
which, considering what you roll for starting cash, is impossible.
do the drugs not provide stability? This
Note
is a
that it's
drug
something
neutral statement.
condition, safe to offset negative effects, and
Alright.
that's like a status thing, right? Not a stability thing.
Okay. Um, well, and you haven't finished exploring the house. You might find something. Who knows?
I might find something. But
Um,
like as a starting investigator, getting something with stability, unless you're picking and choosing, I
there are
don't
a lot of
even
Phasma
think.
vibes. I like this. Um, I also love
Yes.
this in that whatever is going on in the house, even if you clear it, like, who's gonna pay you for it? It's your house.
Wait.
You played
Uh,
yourself.
God damn it. Okay, Phasmophobia, there's this nice man who comes over the radio and pays me when I'm done.
Uh-huh. You explicitly said
I know. Well,
did not
maybe my
work.
PR person will give me an advance if I send her some of the footage.
Maybe. I mean, that's true.
Maybe.
Like, you are literally working on something for, um,
Oh, I should have rolled a 5 on investigative gear. That gives you +1 stability for an ivory necklace.
well,
Well, didn't roll a 5.
nope.
I got a body bag. Maybe there's a necklace in the body bag.
Yeah, we still haven't figured out where that came from.
No. I just told you not to worry about it.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's all
Um,
good.
all right. So, um, if you are you at the point where you're going through the like clothing and stuff in the dressers, or is that later?
Um, Surely there's dressers that aren't necessarily clothing. So I think clothing is like put to the side. I'm looking for like I said, letters, photos, stuff that reads well on camera. Like, nobody's gonna go, look, I got busted for fake vintage shit. I'm not down with
You
currently doing a clothing review of look what this dead woman used to wear. Okay,
right,
I need a new niche where
right.
the clothing is later.
Um, I think your eye does probably catch on a few things in the closet that are potentially interesting items, clothing wise for later. But a lot of it's mostly just like modern-ish, like
Yeah.
yeah, there's some work clothes, there's some vaguely professional clothes, like whatever.
I guess at best I'd be checking pockets mainly.
Yes.
Not like not trying stuff on, just checking pocket, pick up, chuck in a bag.
Why don't you roll me a d6?
A D6. Ooh. Which D6 is least likely to betray me? Oh, this one got me the really high hit protection. 3. That's a good face.
I think
Is
you
it
find maybe like
an ivory amulet?
26 pounds.
Oh, 26 pounds.
Like total, like and then
Yeah.
some odds and ends. Probably like a half full lighter.
I have 2 of those. Well,
Um
full ones even.
a wild amount of bobby pins. And just some scraps of paper. One has like half a phone number on it. And one has just a dark red smear on it.
Lovely. Those do go in the check later pile because, again, we're assuming this is going to be some kind of true crime, murder mystery bullshit. So a half-written phone number and a red smear. Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, worst
Putting
case, you
it,
can
putting it
just
in
build
the,
your own story, right?
exactly. We're putting it in the content box,
Yeah.
right? There's keep, throw, film.
Keep throw film. I misunderstood your tags. Yep, that makes sense. So you have when you get to the dresser, and you're rifling through everything, pockets not so much. That's not really something that people use dressers for, right? Like,
No.
but you do find, um, and it's pretty easy because as you kind of move the clothes on top, you hear it rustle
Ooh.
underneath. There, uh, under all the clothes, along the bottom, are some printouts, kind of older, and like the kind of printouts that have the like file name printed at the bottom.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, the long, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and
Like, but file name at the bottom with like the path the computer took to pick up the
oh yeah,
document,
yeah.
but newer than there's no perforated
No, it's not dot
sidelines.
matrix. No.
No.
Um,
Okay. But it's like public library level
yeah.
printed. Yeah.
Um, and it the website seems to be cut off. It wasn't like formatted properly, so it kind of like is bigger than the paper it's printed on. Um,
Boomers.
but it appears to be a banishing ritual. Um, and there are some handwritten notes. Some have been scribbled out. Some have been erased. There's another slight red smudge. Um, and it's mostly just like one word, like chalk question mark, sidewalk chalk question mark crossed out. Um, pink chalk okay erased, like
Wow.
those kind of
I
notes, you know.
God. I think
The red smudge on this one does not look like pink chalk though.
fair enough. I think Dawn is just gathering it all up, reading through it, just thanking the content creator gods. This is gonna be beautiful. I should carry it downstairs to grab at least some of the wine.
Yeah.
A,
Um,
cleaning sober sucks. And B,
yeah.
gotta celebrate this find.
As you walk downstairs, it sounds like something skitters upstairs,
Oh,
but
fuck.
like a fat ass rat. Like it is a heavier skitter, but you don't see anything on the stairs.
Um,
It's like a quick
yeah,
scurry.
great. One hand, type uh type like an email to the exterminators. If if there's a slot that opens up, I would like to be like on a reserve list if that's an option.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they have a friend of a friend who can come by. And as I grab the wine, I'm also grabbing a bunch of those traps I bought.
Mm-hmm.
Just to place it specifically around the bedroom. Like at this point, we're viewing the bedroom as like the zone from where we will be going outward.
Yes. You, within 10 minutes, you get a very perky email back, assuring you that you are on the call list for any cancellations.
Yeah.
Um,
Willing to like out of office hours, also fine. You want to go at 10 p.m. Perfect.
mhm.
Like I'll just grab my taser as you walk inside, it'll be fine. Um, look,
um, and they have like all the reviews, like all their people are background checked. Like you
yeah.
get a text and an email with like the names of the people coming out and like their photos, like the whole thing. Like they're very professional, very um whether Claire is or is not a real person in the email, or if it's just some sort of reassuring auto message. Who knows?
Yes.
Um, but hopefully that goes some way to assuage your um what kind of wine, out of curiosity? I don't need like a brand, but like what type of
You're gonna make me say it. Sparkling rosé.
perfect.
What did you
So it's
think
been
it
in
was
the
gonna
fridge,
be?
I'm guessing.
Yes. Needs to be chilled.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's
Does it smell of meat yet?
the rosé. No.
Oh, good. Everything else? Still.
Assuming you have kept your
Mm.
plastic cups and paper plates sealed,
Yep.
they don't. When you unseal them, you have about half an hour.
I was thinking, because I had a singular mouse in my house several years
I
ago,
remember that
and
mouse.
he was called Jerry, and I
Yep.
might have overreacted somewhat.
No.
Look, I know who I am. I'm not making excuses. I may have overreacted somewhat and spent a solid 270 euros on containers to keep everything in. If I'm that bad, Dawn will unseal the paper plates and the plastic cups, take exactly what she's using right now, and put the rest back into glass containers.
Oh yeah, that's probably
This
fine.
everything in this house, if it's not rest, there's probably mold in here somewhere.
Could be.
Already planning the video with like, there's this really cool mold sniffing dog on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
right? Have him come in, do a collab, and
Yes,
then, oh
perfect.
no, mold in my wall, and get it fixed.
Depends on the mold. We'll see if that works.
Worst case scenario, I have a Molotov cocktail. And then, oh crap, did I get insurance?
Did you get insurance?
I had my solicitor do it, so I'm assuming my solicitor got me
I'm pretty
insurance.
sure if you financed it, you have to have insurance, but that's neither here nor there.
Did I finance it? Did I pay cash?
Most of your money is frozen,
I need
so
to call my solicitor.
I think you do.
Look, there's a fair chance that B time bought this house and I'm just living in it.
Yeah. Gerald is still going over the paperwork and just crying.
Poor Gerald. Every time Gerald rings, I just swipe to the right and go, nope, not today, Gerald. At one point, he's just gonna borrow Diane's phone and just trap me that way. Diane, are you? Dawn! No, Gerald. How did you know I was here? Wait, what?
As you have a sip of your victory rosé.
Yes.
You take in the downstairs of your house. Your house, your whole ass house that you own.
My entire house that is mine.
Your life
and maybe
now.
B times.
I
don't like the way you put that. It's definitely not like my life. My life, it's we're restoring and then leaving again. It's not permanent.
Is that not what I meant?
Oh God. 2-second break.
Yep.
Momo. Hi, come here.
Momo.
Hello, were you frozen in time? Kom maar in je mandje.
Baby.
Ja, in je donut. En af. Ja, goed zo. There we go. She was trying to cross the hallway, but Oogie is sleeping in the hallway, which means you cannot, in fact, cross the hallway.
No, is impossible.
Tis. I get growled at.
Side question.
Yes.
Part of this is seeking revenge. Is the person you're seeking revenge on, is this sort of like your plan of a comeback tour to spite whoever outed you as a fake vintage? Who is this person that shall be revenged upon? Or shall we address that in part 2?
I think, well, we can flesh it out in part 2, but I think it's basically one of those, like they're just as bad as the people they're vlogging about. It's one of those YouTube scammers, exposed vloggers that also have like 4-minute ad reels and too much makeup and just the hypocrites, right?
Yeah.
I'm
different,
a good vlogger, but
yeah.
I'm exposing the bad vloggers. Like one of those got me.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Which, of course, also got her a ton of views, so fuck that wench.
Minor detail. As you are sipping your rosé, sparkling rosé.
Sparkling rosé, thank you.
Have you had this brand before? Does it usually go flat this fast? It's still sparkly, but it seems like it usually is a little more perky. No matter.
I guess that's what I get for shopping in a tiny town.
Right, tiny Tesco's being radically different from the large Tesco's.
See, also old money. Like, I normally buy my own wine.
Right, from the vintner.
Like it isn't normally just flown in.
Right.
I'll just like think to myself, this part of my rebrand and of becoming a better person.
This too shall pass.
This hardship is what is going to help me grow. I need to adopt a growth mindset in this season of my life. Mm-hmm. And then she goes, oh, I have to write that down.
Imagine how good humility will look on me.
I'm gonna look stunning.
So I'm not sure if Donna is the sort to leave all the lights on or not. But as the sun is kind of dipping behind the trees, the light strikes the wall.
As it is known to do.
Behind the mahogany table, probably still dusty, but has the fruit basket. And on the wall is that portrait.
Right, the weird Victorian portrait.
The weird Victorian portrait, which has a nice frame. That's who Lester Grimble kind of looks like. Strongly looks like, actually. Jawline, eyes, mouth, like ears. It's might not be exactly him. I mean, you didn't really see.
I didn't like have multi-minute face-to-face contact with Lester.
No.
Maybe I'm imagining things.
Maybe. Yeah. But like I mean, maybe Stellan Skarsgård-esque, but like this is probably what you had seen that made you think he looked familiar.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna put my phone on the charger as I'm sitting on the floor drinking sparkling rosé and commiserating with myself.
Yep. As one does.
As it is charging, though, I would like to Google Lester. Right? If they're so big on community, maybe there's like a church fundraiser page that has him on it, or so his photo is like in one of those historical society nonsense things.
Sure.
Right? Maybe.
Are you
right, and then I
charging your phone?
Check his.
Are you using the phone bank because or the power bank because it's at
I put it in the wall socket since I have light. That's why I'm sitting on the floor, right? I'm next to an outlet. The power bank is always with me for emergencies. Mm-hmm. But for now, we're just using the power outlet. Mm-hmm. God, I have a power bank.
The lights that are on flicker when you plug that into the outlet.
But that's a bad sign.
It's not great.
Oh, good.
They might be a little
get electrician.
Dimmer. But your phone says it's charging. Not fast. And it takes forever to load. You see a Lester Grimble, part of the minutes of I mean, we'll skip the rest of the internet. Obviously, there's a few other Lester Grimbles in the world.
Yes, but the one I'm looking, the one that is in Blythen Court.
Yes.
That one.
Yes. That one, or what appears to be that one, shows up in some nearby town meeting minutes, just discussing the usual town council, taxes and roadway improvements and
So bored.
yeah, no, it is
Like I was there, but worse.
multiple PDFs of
No.
there is
I just want a photo of him, please.
there is one from about 6 years ago, as part of a garden club meeting, next to
Is he next to Blanche?
he's
in the
next to
garden club meeting?
Blanche. Yes. He still does not look happy. There is no. So the portrait has like just a stoic, the Victorian stiff upper lip, like.
Yes, the very Victorian style portrait.
Yeah. The quick glance you got from Lester across the way earlier this day was more of an active scowl. And in
resting bitch face at best.
At best, because
hates my guts at worst.
In the news clipping, I guess it's not a clipping because it's online, but the article.
Yeah.
The black and white picture of the
that is old school.
Always. It appears he's handing her a basket with a ribbon on it. She's beaming.
She won. Of course she did.
Of course she did. It does seem to be more about her. But he is presenting it on behalf of the town council. One of the best gardens in town.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So is he on the town council?
It appears not always, but a lot of the time.
Okay. Oh God.
It looks like this year, I mean, depending on how much research you're doing, it looks like he has been at least part of this year. It's hard to know when they like change over, but he was anyway.
Gross.
I mean, so it goes.
I guess Don would like, how you can, everybody's focus is shot, get up and wander around the room, like read a little, wander around the room a little, because that Victorian portrait is huge and it's creepy and currently well lit. There were lots of other photos. Is not Lester, or maybe Lester? Are there other portraits of him? Because they're big on Community, right? Did he give I keep wanting to call them the Picklemans, but they're the Pickmans.
The Pickmans.
I keep thinking Pickleman. Like, did he meet the Pickmans at book club or swim meets or like?
So as you're looking
why
around,
the fuck is his portrait in their house? Like, what the hell?
It's a good question. There are other paintings or whatever, but they're again like not people or portraits. It's just general art pieces. The photos that are mostly on the mantle, and there might be one or two on the bookshelves, but they mostly depict people. Some it appears to be a family at the beach, general fucking family portrait. There's the like one professional one where they're all like in front of a background, and it kind of shows them through the years and
in earth tones, right? Or one with all of them in jeans and a white shirt. And
yeah, and there's definitely one where they've got like the matching shirts and they're at like Disney Paris and they've all got the mouse ears on. And you can see there's a boy who ages.
How many people are in this family? I never asked.
So it looks like
there's two kids' beds, right? Two adults, two kids?
It's hard to say because that room looked like a guest room at this point. Like, it didn't look like it had much personality. And it looks like the boy gets to be about mid-late teens, and then there's no other pictures with him in it. But it's also hard to tell based on context if that's just when all pictures stopped being taken, if that's when everything happened. Did he go off to school? Who knows? The most notable thing about these pictures, as you are looking through them, is every single one of them is missing their eyes.
I notice this now as the sun is setting.
Yeah.
Fuck.
The question is, you feel like that's something you probably would have noticed before?
Why didn't I notice it yesterday when I did my first walkthrough?
Well, the question is, how closely were you looking? And also, were they like this yesterday? Or is this new? It's not like giant, like crossed out. It's pretty subtle. It's just their eyes. But
it's just their eyes that are missing.
It's just their eyes that are missing.
It's just their eyes that are missing. Don't worry about it.
But and you're trying to think, like, did you get pictures of it when you came in? Like, did you let your camera linger on it when you came in, or was it just like a quick spin through? They might have been there.
Can I check yesterday's video?
You can try. Your battery is still sitting at 3%. It still says it's charging.
Oh, fuck. All right, we'll do a quick review, and then we'll plug it into the power bank.
When you pull up the video, the power flickers again. And your phone skips from 3% to 1%.
When I plug it into my power bank?
The power stabilizes, and your phone gets up to like 5%. I guess it depends on if you're letting it charge before you hit play. But it does charge like while your screen is on, which it was not really doing before. It does play. You tell me, and if you want to make this a luck roll, you can. Or you can make a character choice here. Would Dawn have zoomed in as part of a, hey, look at my new digs? Or would it be like just a slow pan for like a leading shot, and you have to zoom in and see if your pixels are good enough to pick out the eyes?
Fair enough. No, I think she would have done zoom ins on some of the personal effects. Again, aiming for renovation turned true crime podcast. So the voiceover was meant as very airy, like, hey guys, new house, just moved in. And then do the pan across, like, I probably skipped the Victorian painting, but at least pan over
probably in there, just in terms of
just pan over the shelves like real good, because then you get like in her mind that is the shot they're gonna use to like run the title sequence over.
So do you want to do a luck roll to see?
Yes.
Yeah. D6. I realize I'm rolling some of these luck rolls and I'm having you roll some of them.
Fine.
I think that's fun.
I think that's fun.
I don't think it matters.
We'll be rolling the Mochi Raccoon tie.
Yes. Good.
5.
That is a mixed success.
So cute. Oh,
so I'm going to leave it to you what you would like a success to be. Whether you do see them or not. I would say mixed wise, like the quality is not great.
Okay. I think they're in the video. And I think story-wise, I think their eyes were normal yesterday.
I like that.
I think maybe It was probably rats, right? Those rats.
Those rats.
Those rats. Yeah. Rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got those traps. You
Yeah,
can lay them out.
and the exterminator's coming.
Yeah, one way or another. I mean, worst case, 4 more days, right?
Right. Yeah, just it's probably just like double check the food and stuff and like my personal effects.
Yeah. I mean, you've got them sealed up, and like rats can't get in a fridge, right? So
Sure.
most of your food's probably safe. God,
Yeah.
your rosé.
Oof. I might as well have to DoorDash something. Like Uber Eats.
Worst case, you've got Jesse, who questionably might be of age to pick that up for you or not. Hard to say.
Hard to say.
All right. I think
She was just called young person. I have no idea if she's legal.
I think last thing for today, because we are definitely splitting this into 2.
Yes.
Question
You
mark.
had a hard stop around now.
Around now.
Around now.
Yeah, we're not gonna speed run this in 2 minutes.
Where? And suddenly Dawn got ripped limb from limb. The end. Good night.
You haven't even seen the basement, really.
Or the attic. There's a reason.
Or the attic. Where, I mean, especially if you're hearing stuff maybe up there, like...
We're waiting for the exterminators, probably.
I mean,
not to mention
why
the
risk
basement.
It? Yeah.
I do need to check out the shed, though.
Yeah. There might be a chainsaw in there. Where are you putting these traps?
Oh, God. Open my phone. Like, battery saver on and everything.
And it's fine. It's still charging. Like, it seems to be fine at this point. Like, it doesn't seem to be drawing extreme amounts of power.
Okay.
Yeah. You're at, like, 12% now.
Look, Dawn has no care for the environment or ethics, as proven in her backstory. So, ChatGTP, hi. Tell me the best place to put rat traps. This is the layout of my house. And just have ChatGPT tell her where to put stuff. Just scrape every exterminator website and blog you can find.
Oh my god. I need a luck check and
oh no.
Well, because it isn't necessarily 100% correct.
No. I know. I'm really good at prompt crafting. Well,
great.
What words I didn't think I'd say.
Right.
All right, we're rolling the Fennec die. Maybe that one will give me a 6 at last. It did! I got the Fennec face.
Heck yeah. All right.
Cute. Look, can you see it on the camera? No, because it blocks it.
No.
Right.
Oh,
I'll send you a picture. It's so cute.
Censored. It gives you bullet point list of you told it how many traps you have, you told it the layout of your house, and it gives you like in priority like the best place to put each of them, the best recommendation for the type of trap for whatever, and we'll just assume that you already have like whatever bait you need.
Always put chips in there.
Yeah. Perfect. Yes. A little thimble of rosé.
They're not getting my rosé. I am not sharing.
And yeah, you can rest easy knowing that you have done your best. Oh, that is super cute.
I don't think I'll be resting that easy, but sure.
No, I mean,
at least I vacuumed and the bedding's aired out and like there's less allergens and at least there's that.
Yeah. And like your sheets are clean because I think you said something about like
I got new bedding.
Up the bed. Yeah. Yeah, that weight in your chest mean, it's probably just maybe the weather's changing or something.
Look, it's just I'm in a weird new place. This is not where I thought I'd be spending my time, right? I thought I'd be whatever the current equivalent of Fire Festival is, just on a boat in a bikini drinking champagne. And yet here we are.
As you are trying to go to sleep, lights are off, presumably.
I might have a nightlight.
You might have a nightlight.
That's like, do I want to see the rats move or do I just want to hear them? It's all awful.
Bedroom door open
I think
or
there's
closed?
Closed.
Closet doors open or closed?
Closed. If I could build a mattress fort, I would.
Which wall does it feel like someone is watching you from?
Oh. Let me grab the map to answer that question.
There is the wall.
Is it like a wall? I think.
Because there's the wall that has the closet, right?
Yes.
There's the wall that has the door to the, I'm going to say hall in question mark, but it's, in air bunnies, but it's basically just like landing. A square. Yeah.
The landing.
There is the wall with the window overlooking the roof.
Yep.
And then there is a wall that doesn't have a window at all, which is where I would put the headboard, but
yeah, you mean in the command position.
However.
That's what the feng shui guy on TikTok said. I think the bed is against that wall with the headboard, and I think the weird staring is coming from the same wall. Just to make everything worse for myself.
Perfect.
If I'm laying down, eyes on the top of my skull. Why is someone watching? It's probably it's the rats.
It's just the rats?
It's the rats. They're just...
And I will say the Victorian portrait of maybe Lester.
Faux Lester.
Faux Lester. It feels like it's like the eyes follow you in a normal portrait way.
Okay, not in a creepy portrait way.
Not yet.
Great, love that.
But like you didn't. I just wanted to be clear. You did not have a noticeable like.
Yeah.
There's eyes behind the portrait sort of thing.
Yeah. I might Google plane tickets home before I fall asleep.
All right, you do that.
I realize I cannot afford them.
No, but it's nice to dream. As
when they unfreeze my accounts,
drift off. It's got to happen at some point. Gerald's all over it.
That's what Gerald said.
What is he paid for?
Right?
I love that he's just your like all-purpose lawyer. Solicitor, excuse me. When you do drift off, eventually, we won't go into what time of the night or morning that might be. What one thing in your dreams or nightmares carries over to the next morning for you? Like, what stands out the most? Dreams can be jumbled, especially if you're not sleeping particularly well.
Noticed.
But something when you wake up
sticks around,
and whatever it is soaked in blood of some sort. And it doesn't have to be about the house. It could be about your past. It could be unrelated. But
I think with what's been going on, like she dreamed of when it all went wrong, right? She didn't even know she was being investigated, and at one point her phone just started going off with messages of people going, "Did you see it? Did you see it? Is it true?"
I
So
trusted you.
I thought you were one of the good ones. So I think when she wakes up, she'll check her phone and like be afraid there's like another 363 notifications, right? And just that feeling of people, because the thing is, she knows they had a point, right? She knows they were right.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a defense. There was like, oh, was Mindos understood? Oh, I'm actually a good person. So there wasn't a lot of self-reflection on, oh, maybe they have a point. Maybe I should change my ways. She was just pissed, right? She was really angry. So I think she wakes up, looks at her phone, just in the sinking stomach feeling that you get. Like when someone calls when they have no reason to call you and you assume someone died. That feeling, checks her phone, doesn't see anything, and then quite quickly flips back to just being angry again, because that's a much nicer feeling to have.
I think a quick pause, since you are immediately... Are you awake, or is this all part of the dream when you check your phone?
Hard to tell.
When you at least think you wake up and go to check your phone, the screen is black, right? Before you open it. And in the half light of morning or the night light, you catch your reflection, as you might expect. And right that split second before you hit the power button, whatever you use to wake it up, you see the other eye.
No, I don't. Denial. Instant denial.
Yep.
Definitely not
just
awake.
A split second. You were waking up. Just
I remembered it from yesterday.
Yep. Might be time to clean your screen.
It's always time to clean my screen.
It's always time. Yep. Don't forget to disinfect your phones, friends.
You know she has that stupid internet thing where you put it in like the phone toaster and it does absolutely nothing and it comes back out.
Just gives it a little blue light for a second.
Yep. That is not a good way to start my day.
It's probably fine.
Yesterday was just weird.
Good news, your battery's at 100%.
Yay!
And the house didn't burn down in an electrical fire yet, so that's something.
Also, yay, but weird that you have to specify.
That's half the game.
Yes.
All right. Thank you all for joining us for the first official session of Anniek and Eva's chaotic playthrough, where we have started Liminal Horror. I didn't say this at the top, but I can't run a one-shot to save my life. And I think Anniek and I both enjoy building atmosphere. So here we are, almost 3 hours in.
Look, one-shots are a choice, and we are choosing not to do them.
Nope. One-shots, not even once.
Exactly.
Because I'm not 100% sure of when we are going to air this, we are going to skip our usual calendar. But you can always check us out on socials, Sword and Key, or sword_and_key, most places. That's where all our current information is. Anniek, why don't you tell folks about themselves? Just do a psychological deep dive onto our audience.
Sure. So back when you were young.
I thought we were wrapping this up. Right. Let's do
Hi,
a deep dive
I'm
on you.
Anniek. Oh god, let's not do a deep dive. You have places to be. Hi, my name is Anniek. I run and play games on Sword and Key. And we're not doing calendar stuff, but in general, I do horror games. And sometimes I try to do cute games and then nobody trusts me and makes everything sinister, even when I'm not trying to make them sinister. But honestly, regardless of when this airs, assume I'm plotting 4 shots, because I like that time frame. And keep an eye on the Sorting Key socials, because that's where signups are first announced for players in campaigns, not just my campaigns, all campaigns. And we always want more fun people to play games with.
It's true.
Specifically fun people.
Let Anniek ruin your character's life.
Look, sometimes death was the preferable option, but you don't find out until it's too late. Who doesn't want to spend their eternal unlife screaming, writhing, and being tortured by an underwater sea serpent? Sounds good to me.
If I had a nickel,
be a pearl on her necklace.
2 nickels, which is odd that it's happened twice.
We do lean nautical on this channel.
So much nautical horror.
I don't really like urban, so that suits me.
Did I mention this is a seaside town? I'm just kidding. It's
perfect.
Absolutely...
Put me in Cornwall.
Yeah. Oh God, the dream. Why not? It would actually make a lot of sense.
Definitely mold, though.
Yeah, you keep mentioning mold, and gosh, I'm not going to disabuse you of that because it is a thing that exists.
Sure is.
Sure is. I am Eva. I have been your facilitator today, and next time, at least in this series, again, not knowing when this airs.
But you'll be the facilitator again. We're not swapping halfway through. That would be too chaotic even for us.
No. No, I will be the facilitator throughout however long this Liminal Horror series takes, specifically. Yeah, I know we haven't done a whole lot of actual rolls. I love a good system that doesn't require rolls for no reason. And
as a dice-obsessed goblin, I'm a little sad.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting there. You just haven't done anything that, like, has actively risked you harm or...
No, we're getting there, okay? I get it. There's eyes.
Yeah, I mean, like... And I feel like the luck rolls are reasonable. I feel like maybe we're not supposed to roll that as often, but I think it's interesting.
Look, my entire character is rolled. It's completely in keeping with how we're doing this.
It's fine. We are playing and learning this game together.
Yes.
So I am Eva. I sometimes pick up the Game Master seat to give Anniek a break. And am graciously allowed to ramble on for multiple sessions worth of nonsense.
Not to mention the sign-offs.
I'm mostly here. You can find me occasionally on other channels, but honestly not all that often.
We all go on loan sometimes.
Yeah. We'll usually always come back here, though.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if I didn't.
True.
But I do have more game mastery, more game running things coming down the pipeline that I am planning for, which is very exciting. And
I'm very excited for what may or may not be next year, depending on when we air this.
Yes, 2025.
2025.
Assuming we make it that far, is going to be a delight in the game sense of things. I think that's it for me. Theoretically, you could type !schedule and get a current schedule of events. Depending on if I update that or not. We'll see.
Yes.
Unless there's anything else from you, Anniek, I'm going to say pet your pets.
I think we're good.
Hydrate.
Be nice.
Take care of yourselves. Yep. Take care of yourselves and
human.
each other. And we will see you next time.